You're tuned to Warsaw. Welcome to High Note Music Magazine, and your host is Elżbieta Krajewska. This is the biggest vocal competition in Poland, held every 3 years, with a history of laureates for whom it helped launch world-scale careers, and we are days before the launch of its current edition, this June the 2nd. The Stanisław Moniuszko vocal competition, held since 1992 at the National Opera in Warsaw.
Beata Klatka, director of the International Stanisław Moniuszko Vocal Competition.
In its 12th edition this year.
This year we have 12th edition, which will happen between 2nd and the 7th of June 2025. We are happy to boast with the record applications. We received 442 applications from 51 countries, and we will have 81 participants from 28 countries.
Is there a country from which you have had the most registrations?
The biggest number of the applications we received from Poland, which is obvious, but the same number, 79 applications from China, which is a new situation, and we are looking forward. The next on the list was Korea, South Korea.
Does that mean that Moniuszko is becoming more popular in places like China and Korea?
I think the Moniuszko competition is more present over the world, in the whole world, and we have plenty of Chinese and Korean singers in Europe. So I think this is the reason. About being present in China, I think we need to work on this, to have performances in China and in Korea. So this is the future, and this is the mission for us as well, perhaps, and not only for the Opera House and for the Minister of Culture.
The competition was initiated by a famous Polish singer who was also very renowned for her promotion of Moniuszko. To come back to my original question, are we seeing more popularity of this particular 19th century composer, and that is also contributing to interest in the competition?
This is a very complex question. Maria Fołtyn, who was a passionate promoter of Stanisław Moniuszko's music, she started the competition when, in fact, Moniuszko was more present in Poland. This is the paradox of everything. But I think, in general, the mission of the competition, established by Maria Fołtyn, was to promote Moniuszko, but the Polish vocal music in general. So, as well, Szymanowski, Karłowicz, Chopin, and new composers like Penderecki, Lutosławski, Maria. This is now our mission as well, and we try to promote Polish music. And I think we are quite successful. But being truthful, this repertoire is quite difficult and demanding. I mean, Moniuszko. It's quite demanding for the singers, because in the past, I think in Poland we had bigger and more juicy voices. So there is a lot of repertoire composed by Moniuszko for this kind of voices. And it's quite difficult to find this big halka voices. So let's say the world is changing, people are changing, we face the reality of present days.
Right, and what about the Polish language? The difficulty of the music is one thing, and singing it in Polish.
I must say, we had such beautiful experiences in the past, that singers from abroad, from China, from South Africa, from Croatia, they did Polish pieces with such a beautiful pronunciation. It was really moving, and it was so beautifully received and applauded by the audience, because we still are so moved when people from abroad perform our music. The issue is that we also allowed to perform in translations, and also pieces composed to the foreign lyrics, like Italian aria from Hrabina of Moniuszko. So it's obviously it's in Italian. Well, I remember also once Jątek's aria performed in Belarusian language, which is very interesting, and it sounds beautifully. And it's a question because Moniuszko was born and he grew up in Belarus, in Belarus, and he was surrounded with this language. So perhaps he, in his imagination, in his ears, he had this melody, the melody of Belarusian language. Who knows?
Another thing I wanted to ask, there's quite a number of famous Polish voices who are laureates of the Moniuszko competition. Well, to name Aleksandra Kurzak or
Jakub Orliński, Andrzej Filończyk, Mariusz Kwiecień was a finalist, and also Małgorzata Walewska was a finalist of the competition. Recently, we had a laureate for the most promising Polish voice, Gabriela Legun, who has started her career, and also Zuzanna Nalewajek. I hope she will be noticed. She is a mezzo-soprano. She will be noticed in the international area. And also Krzysztof Bączyk, who was a finalist and laureate of the prize for the most promising Polish voice in 2016. He is very present, and he recently performing in the Metropolitan Opera in New York.
So what kind of voices will you be looking for?
I must say, we always it's difficult to say what kind of voices. We are looking for beautiful voices and for the sincere and deep message and performances which are connected to the soul. So I think we are looking for this. But of course, this stage at the finals, there is a challenge for a young voice because the stage is huge and they need to face the problem. So this is very important. But in general, I think good projection of the voice is the most important, because even smaller voices can be very well received by the audience if they do not fight with the voice, if they have a good school. So I think we're looking for the beautiful voices and beautiful souls and personalities. And what is important, we really hope that big audience will be following us during the online broadcast. We will be on VOD.Teatr Wielki during the first and second stage, and on the Opera Vision at the finals. And additionally, we will host, during the deliberations of the jury, we will host a laureate of the third prize of the last Chopin competition, surprisingly.
This year is also the Chopin competition, yes, a piano competition.
Martín García García, who was the beloved laureate of the audience of the last Chopin competition. And Martín García García will perform some, let's say, Polish vocal music in transcriptions, but also some transcriptions prepared by himself. So I hope you will enjoy.
Of Polish songs, which we also hope to be hearing during the contest.
Absolutely. And we have also special prizes for the most beautiful performances of Polish song and the most beautiful performance of Polish song, but performed by foreign singer. So there is a big diversity of prizes.
And lots to be looking forward to here at the Grand Theatre National Opera in Warsaw. Thank you very much.